The year was one. 20 people, 4 men, 16 women, walk westward in search of new land. The 4 men of this group are Clay Howell, later known as Hawk Archduck, a timid man who left with this group in fear of tyranny. Dan Barnes, later known as Cat Barnes, was the brains of the group. Fram Lanners, later known as Nyan Lanners, was the heart of the group. He was much braver than the rest. And Jacob Dinners, later known as Jay Dinners, was a man who was able to work with his hands. On their quest westward, they ran into the worst possible thing they could have, G.A. Harker. G.A. Harker is a megagod, a wrathful creator of the world. The 4 men did not know the power G.A. Harker possessed and thus didn't fear him. Fram said to G.A. Harker, "You who goes there, what is your name?" G.A. Harker, not sensing danger from mere humans, replied somewhat hesitantly, "I'm Nyancatjayhawk, G.A. Harker, a creature that you can call a megagod. I created this earth you stand on, as well as everything in and out of it." Fram called his bluff, saying, "I don't believe you." G.A. Harker then proceeded to show his abilities, getting into a tussle with the 4 men, with legends saying he mutated Clay Hal into a mallard duck, before returning him to a human state. G.A. Harker fled soon after that. After checking to see if Clay was alright, Fram said to the 16 women, "We stop here. I don't know what that was, but I know that was a religious experience. We named this country and ourselves Nyancatjayhawk." Fram renamed himself to Nyan Lanners. Dan renamed himself to Cat Barnes. Jacob renamed himself to J. Dinners, and Clay renamed himself to Hawk Archduck. These 4 men became the leaders of the Republic of Nyancatjayhawk. Nyan Lanners was elected president by the 19 others due to his showcase of bravery. Cat, Jay, Hawk, and another citizen, elected by the citizens, became the advisors to Nyan. Cat Barnes, due to his intelligence, predicted the rise of other nations, and was given the government roles of international affairs. Jay Dinner was able to work with his hands, so he took the role of maintaining agriculture. Hawk Archduck was still seen by the group as weak, so he wasn't given a formal government job outside of advising Nyan. With his free time, Hawk created a religion centered around G.A. Harker and mallard ducks. The 20 men and women pressed westward, and they found a nearby river. They named this river the Nyancatjayhawkian River. At the end of the river was a lake. In the middle of the lake is a small island, connected to the mainland with a land bridge. The people built the Capitol building on this island. The building housed the 4 founding families, as well as whoever was elected by the people at the time. Over this year and the next, Nyancatjayhawk began to grow, with many citizens moving to Nyancatjayhawk from distant lands. The growing city was named Killerluga, after Helen Killerluga, a woman who helped fund most of the building. Starting in year 2, Nyancatjayhawk kept growing. Hawk Archduck finished the religion, called Megagodism. This religion became the accepted national religion of the country. The currency of the nation was also decided, duck feathers, with Hawk Archduck becoming the head of the treasury. In year 3, Nyan Lanners sent out scouting parties eastward and westward looking for resources. In year 5, Nyan Lanners announced his resignation, saying, "I am resigning from my position." Unsure how to proceed, the 5 men held an election. 584 votes came in. 55.4% of the votes went to Jay Dinners, the man who had kept crops running thus far. Jay took the place as president, and Nyan took the place maintaining agriculture. The scouters who were sent west came back with little resources, claiming the land out west was to be as dry as dead wood. They also ran into the ruler of the dry land, Harriet Yams. Harriet entered the Capitol building and said to the 5 men on stage, "I am Harriet Yams, King of Yamsburg." Jay was unaware of the title "King", yet recognized Yam's apparent authority through his voice. Jay responded to the king with, "Welcome to the Republic of Nyancatjayhawk, good sir. I am Jay Dinners, president of this land." Jay went as general as possible to avoid conflict. Harriet then said, "I am told of your fertile land. I am looking for your trade. I am also here to discuss borders between our lands." Jay, Cat, and Harriet entered a side room, where they discussed the border between the two nations. They decided on many things, but even with their crude maps they came to a conclusion. Any land east, west, and south of the Nyancatjayhawkian River would be Nyancatjayhawkian, and after 10 kilometers north of the most northern part of said river, the land would be Yamsburgian. This satisfied both parties, as Nyancatjayhawk gained a lot of unclaimed territory, and Yamsburg gained more land other than just the desert. The leaders split ways, with Yamsburg expressing gratitude towards the friendly Nyancatjayhawkians, complimenting them for their hospitality. Nyancatjayhawk was left in a much better position than when it started. Even without a god as ruler, even without the fancy tools of the future such as compasses, they were able to successfully agree with a neighboring nation, solidifying Nyancatjayhawk as a respected nation. Little did the leaders know the hell to come.